Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be checking out this LP box set. Just got it today at my record store. Can't really see it that well because of because it's in the shrink wrap and all that. But it is individually numbered. Uh, it's hard to see with the glare and all that. But mine is a copy number 2620 of 10,000, which is cool. And let's get started. I'm gonna open it up. Be as careful as possible. I don't even need my knife. It was just kind of opening itself up. Got that shrink wrap off. Ooh. Okay. Let's see how this thing opens. I've never, Ooh, yeah. Guess that's how it's done. Okay. I'm gonna go one at a time. Soft cover book, which is nice. 3 people are watching. Nice. 4 people. Not as big as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still nice. Goes over the albums probably. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out though. Okay, let's get to the albums though. Here is their debut album, Rolling Stones. Their debut album. Great stuff on here. Tell Me is a really great original that they wrote. Mona, really great cover. Feels great. Yeah. Here is the inner sleeve. I'm definitely gonna have to change it though, because these paper ones are gonna be a little rough on these records, so we do it as we go. So yeah, here's I'm gonna we'll slide over. Better it should be It's like dark. It's like kind of like lightish blue. Maybe if I bring it a little closer. Yeah. Yeah, it's like kind of like a bluish, which is nice. And yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna put in my plastic inner sleeve, which is a lot more easier on the record. But yeah, I consider it to be a really good debut album. I wouldn't consider it to be the best. Like, don't expect to please me out of this or my generation. Ooh. Darn it! Just got this thing. But yeah, really good album. I've never heard the mono version of this album before, so I'm looking forward to that. Probably a lot better than the stereo version, of course. Basically goes for all these albums. Yeah. Put it over there. Now for their second album. Sold by 5. This is their American second album. I really like this album. Definitely yeah, really good stuff. And let's look at the comments. What's going on? What's up? Oh, I'm doing good, Jason. Yeah, I'm excited to show this thing off. Same with you, Briar. I'm doing good. Yeah, it's a big box for sure, definitely. I've only heard the mono versions of everything up until Beggar's Banquet, which I've just heard stereo. Yeah, that's nice. But Yeah, I'm definitely excited to listening. I did listen to the mono version of Yesterday's Papers, which is you know, on the iTunes thing or whatever. But yeah, let's look at the record. Uh, yeah, I was just watching a video on Polygram, and he said it best. These are these are really good quality vinyls, and the best way to get these in really good condition, kind of like a gold feel to like a gold color, which is I find it cool. Uh, but for people who are watching, if you want to join and say anything on the video, just ask me. I could put the link on the on the comments. Yeah, I really enjoy their second album. It's really good. Definitely some really good stuff. Uh, Congratulations is definitely my favorite song on the album. Under the Boardwalk, really good cover. Time is on my side. Yeah, just a really good album. I wouldn't consider it to be a strong album, but definitely a great album nonetheless. Okay, get in there. Between Buttons is amazing. Mono. Sad they don't have the US one too, because Let's Spend the Night Together rocks in mono. Although I think they did include flowers. Yes, it is in. They do include flowers. Get that out of the way. Yeah. Yeah, they do have flowers, which is nice. If you want Al Jones soon, you could listen to an album. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Definitely. Uh, but yeah, let's bring back the light. Uh, Here is their British second album, Rolling Stones #2. Try to block the light so that I see it. But yeah, probably better if I took out the plastic. Definitely. I can't wait. I can't wait for album of the year 1973. I've been thinking about what will be the best album for 1973. Probably Dark Side of the Moon. Not sure yet. But yeah, here's their British second album. I definitely prefer the US version for sure. Uh, I actually already own a mono version of this album. It sounds really good. I think they only had this in mono, but the first 30 title. Funny. Yeah, here it's a little bit of a darker blue, probably to contrast the lighter blue on their debut album. But yeah, it has some of the same tracks from the first album, but I definitely prefer the US version for sure. Ooh, Garrett sent Briar a record. Wonder which record it was. But yeah, this is really good. Now for their third album, which this album was only in the U.S. Rolling Stones Now. This is a really great third album. Includes is there gas in the car? Yes, there's gas in the car. Okay, maybe someone in the comments could answer it for him. Okay, just Yeah, I hate paper sleeves for some reason. It's they're just garbage in general. It makes zero sense why they wouldn't put the see my face. So, it makes no sense why they didn't make it plastic sleeves. They did that with the Beatles. No reason why they didn't have to do it here. Record looks really nice, kind of like a darker gold, which is nice. Uh, ooh, gotta catch up to the comments. How many? How many albums? Yes. Speaking of how many albums there is, well, it has their all their albums up until Let It Bleed, the UK albums. They have the US Aftermath, uh, which, yeah, 16 album, 16 albums, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta count. One, two, yeah, one, two, three, four. But yeah, yeah, this is really nice. I think the 2000s. There was a 2016 Rolling Stones in mono, but I think those go for around a lot of money since you know those things are really yeah outdated at that point. Yeah, it's on my greatest hits record, so I don't think. Actually, Time Is on My Side is not on the Now record. Uh, or else I'm wrong. No, it isn't on it. If you're looking for a hit single on this album, I'd say Heart of Stone is the album you're talking about. To answer that question, yes. An example of that, let me bring it out right now. Uh, they don't have it in the they don't have it in the box set, but there's Rolling Stones New England's Newest Hit Makers, which is basically the US counterpart to their debut album, Rolling Stones. And yeah. And then, you know, this is the US counterpart, 12 by 5 is the US part to this one. Just aptly named Rolling Stones number 2. And then this album I just showed off, which is just Rolling Stones Now. But yeah, I'll be showing off more of that though. Fell out. Yeah, almost every British invasion band though, Jason, suffered from the U.S. treatment, I call it. Which, yeah. I'm going to send the StreamYard link for anyone who wants to join. Just sent it. But, yeah, I'm spending forever on Rolling Stones now. Let's get to the next one, which is an amazing album I'm going to show, which Garrett even agrees. He reviewed it recently. Well, I wouldn't say recently, but Rolling Stones, Out of Our Heads. Fun fact, the US version of Out of Our Heads was actually the intended version, and then the UK version was the kind of, ooh, I'm going to mute my phone, was kind of like, I'd say the butchered version, the non-intended version, which is kind of weird coming from a UK band. But let me check it out. Yeah, I really like the glossy laminated feel. Really nice, kind of like really great replication of the originals. I would say this was the original intent, but yeah. I like that album. Sadly, my friends didn't. Yeah, that was. It was hard watching that review. I'm not even gonna lie. Like when they were dissing on the first two tracks, I'm like, nah, I can't. Mercy Mercy, really great track. Last Time, really great. That's definitely a standout. Good Times, I like. Satisfaction, couldn't get more iconic. Play with Fire is my favorite song on the album. And yeah, Out of Our Heads needs The Last Time, Satisfaction, and Play with Fire. Yes, I'm going to show the comment. I agree with that statement. I agree. This album without those three songs just isn't the same album to me. And it doesn't even help either that it was the attended version too that they butchered in the UK, because it's like, oh, we can have the singles on the albums. You know what I say to that? I say phooey. Oh, what the heck am I doing? I want you guys to see the record. What am I thinking? Yeah. But yeah. Nice light blue color. I wouldn't say describe like so far. I'd say these colors depict the album really well. I wouldn't say a light blue is a good way to describe this album. But that's just me though. Oh, hide that. Cool. But yeah, anyone who's a fan of Out of Our Heads, I think it's just the three of us. Well, yeah, Jason, Breyer, and Garrett. Tell me, which version do you prefer, the UK version or the US version? I stick with the UK stuff, but I'll always pick the US version of this one though. Okay. Summer Children is okay. Get off of my cloud and As Tears Go By are great, but there's also some stinkers on there. Yes, I agree. There are some weaker moments on December's Children. I do agree with that. I can't doubt that. But yeah, there are really good moments though. Here is the UK Out of Our Heads. It's the lighting is awful. But yeah, right here. I'm probably gonna move this downstairs. This is starting to get annoying. Yeah. Oh, right down. Stand by. A lot better. Yep. Right here. Okay, so yeah, a lot better for lighting. But yeah, this is the UK version. Yeah, I agree. The UK version, the album cover definitely works better on that. But yeah, this is the Out of Our Heads. Yeah, if you own the Out of Our Heads US version and you own December's Children, owning this album is basically useless. Like, unless you're a serious collector like I am, there's like no point in owning this. Like both albums have the two like each tracks and all that. Plus it has more. That's the thing with the Rolling Stones is in the UK albums is that for the most part they have to play catch up. And again, I almost forgot to show off the record, which kind of defeats the purpose of this video. But here's a green. Ooh, I like this color. Definitely suits the album cover and the the album itself. I think US for everything until it's Summer Children, US and UK aftermath. Yeah, I agree. Normally I'm a UK guy, but yeah, up until after like the pre-aftermath albums definitely get the US albums because UK albums, no reason. Definitely the opposite of the Beatles for sure. Here is the next album, December Children. We were just talking about it. I really enjoy this album. This is like their first like really good album, in my opinion. Well, Out of Our Heads is like their first like really good album. This is like their first like really great album. She said, "Yeah, opens up really good." Talking About You, it's an all right track. I think it's better than the Hollies version that opened up their debut album for sure. You Better Move On. I love. Look what you've done is all right. Singing Out the Song is all right. Route 66 is just lazy, putting the same song on there. As Years Go By and Get Off of My Cloud, I agree with Garrett. Really great stuff. Blue and Church the Gray I actually like a lot. Gotta Get Away. Side 2 is I think it's like really good. Here's the back cover. If I didn't show it, I don't know. I don't know which color this one's gonna be. I've seen all the colors before, but I forgot. But yeah. Let's see. Oh my god, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's almost nighttime where I am, so yeah. Ooh, I like this silver. Ooh, man, I wish you could see it because the camera isn't showing it all that well. Yeah, this is definitely got a bang for your buck on this one. If you're a Stones fan, like a '60s Stones fan, yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. I'm glad you agree with me on that one. Definitely, yeah, the Out of Our Heads is like green, and the record was green. Like definitely, like both records suit the album cover it holds. Plus, the silver actually really like incorporates the album itself really well as well. uh, here is an album that's in my top 10 favorite albums of all time, Aftermath. Love this album, so good. Uh, I've seen listings for purple vinyl of it, and one was going for like $100, and I'm like, what? Like I was really like, I was like, I'm not spending $100 for a purple record. Heck no. Yeah, like you like I said, I'm a serious collector, so I like to collect everything. I was collecting everything Rolling Stone related, but unless you're a collector like me, don't ever get the UK Rolling Stones Out of Our Heads. Just get December Children and the US Out of Our Heads. I love this album so much. It's so good. Out of Aftermath. No. Let's see. So good. This is gonna be like the first record I'm gonna listen to. It's really good. What to Do? Yeah, I love that track. I introduced it to Garrett, and definitely should have been on the Sunflower album. Surprised it wasn't. I know, like Mother's Little Helper was on it, Take It or Leave It was on there, and Out of Time was on there, but for some reason, What to Do wasn't on it, which is weird. I do like the UK album cover of Aftermath more than the US. I'm gonna put up a poll. Uh, if I can, don't leave right now. I'm just gonna, let's see, put up a poll if I can. Okay, I just put up a poll, and I'm just kind of curious as to what other people might think. Two people voting for the U.S. version. I think there's 3 people on the stream right now, so okay, just yeah. I kind of figured the U.S. version would win. Makes sense. I should have just asked, hey, U.S. or U.K., but yeah, this is the first time I ever did that. Okay. Oh, you should yeah, you should definitely listen to UK version. Well, actually, I'd say listen to the US version. That's the version I first heard of, and then listen to the UK version, and kind of judge off of there. For me, Aftermath is an Aftermath without Mother's Little Helper opening it first, but that's just my opinion. Here's the US version, the famous version, the famous version of Aftermath. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna put it up. I'm glad too it's on Sunflowers, because it would definitely be heartbreaking if it wasn't on any album. But same back cover. But wonder what record they chose for this one. Surprised this one wasn't a blue like the one. I like the record, but it doesn't suit the album cover it's on. You guys probably agree on that one, right? Yeah, definitely. Definitely get it sometime in the future. I think I got mine for like $30 online. Not an original, but just a copy in general, just to be like, hey, I have the UK Aftermath. Have to go, Nick. Gotta go to work. Yeah, take care, Briar. See you in the next video you're in. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of it's a crime that they made it silver instead of blue. It's weird. I Want to Be Your Man. It is not on their early records at all. It was a single only, actually. It would have been actually cool if it was on their debut album, for sure. But for some reason, it wasn't. And here is the UK Between the Buttons. For some odd reason, they only had just the UK version. They don't have the US version, which I find it strange. I think Garrett already mentioned that before. But yeah. Let's see what the record looks like. Ooh, I can tell it's gonna be like a nice blue color. Yeah, definitely suits the album cover, especially if you look it on video. Like on video, it doesn't look that much, but if you had the record itself, yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's actually a good idea to do that. We're doing that. Yeah, yeah. It was both of our ideas. We were because yeah, I was like, I'm like, what if we like if we ever do stay with the Hollies, which I think we all listen. I don't know if Jason listened to it already, but stay with the Hollies definitely needed improvement. Here is Flowers, the mono version. I already actually own a mono version of Sunflowers, so another copy won't hurt. You have a definitely put it on the screen. Definitely, we should definitely do My Generation first. That album, I love that album to death, and I think it's better than Please Please Me. But that album definitely needed improvements for sure. Cough cough. Get rid of I'm a Man. Ooh, I like this color. It's red. It kind of shows a little pinkish on the album cover, but on the it's actually yeah, it kind of I don't know if it's like a dark pink or a light red. Hard to tell. Really good though. By the way, I was talking about basically all the albums, but yeah, Between the Buttons is a really good album. Definitely my second favorite album of theirs in their UK discography. Fair enough. Yeah, definitely. Are you talking about Flowers or Between the Buttons? It's hard to tell. But if I'm talking about Between the Buttons, I definitely give it a strong 9 out of 10. It's not a perfect record, but it's not a bad. I wouldn't say it's a yeah. It's an amazing album, but I wouldn't consider it perfect. This album, which makes me a little glad the U.S. Between the Buttons isn't on here because makes sense. My generation, 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, yeah, that's a good score. I I give it like a 9.5 out of 10. The the US version, and then like a 9 out of 10 for the UK version. Flowers, uh I'd probably give it a 8 out of 10, probably because of how many reused tracks they use on this one. But yeah. Next album in their catalog is their Satanic Majesty's Request. Kind of sucks that they don't have the laminated out. Well, not the laminated. The 3D thing. The one where you basically that sucks. But it is what it is. I'm gonna let my dog out. Sorry for the wait. Um, I know this is kind of a hated album in their catalog, but yeah, it's getting a little dark out there. Uh, yeah, I love this album. My third favorite album of theirs, which some people might call me crazy for even mentioning that, but hey, we all have opinions. It's one of those albums either you love it or you hate it. I'm one of those people who happen to love it. And this is white. uh Not really crazy about a white album, a white vinyl, but definitely doesn't really suit the album itself. But if I was them, I probably would have went all crazy because of how crazy this album is. But let me hear you and Jason's opinion on this album? Because I already know how you feel about it, Garrett, but I'm curious what you think about it, Jason, if you hadn't listened to it. That's fair enough. Yeah, like I said, it's either one of those albums you really like or you just like, nah, I can't with this album. Here is Beggar's Banquet. Surprised they didn't go with the original album cover. They went with this, but it was a surprise with everything. But yeah, I love this album cover. She's a Rainbow is all right. Ironically, what you think is the best song on the album, I think it's like it's the weakest track on the album. Actually, but besides scratch that, I lied. But besides that, like 10-minute instrumental with the sing this all together reprise, that's the only song that's worse. That's like their Revolution 9, but a lot less interesting. Yeah, Beggar's Banquet, uh, really good. Not big, not big on the Rolling Stones. I'll have to give them another listen to see if my opinion changes at all. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. I'm not like a crazy Rolling Stone fan. I'm more like not like the Beatles or the Hollies or the Who or the Small Faces. Yeah, I agree with Gary. You should listen to the U.S. Aftermath first. That's a great album. That's the very first album. Well, besides Tattoo You, that's the first Stones album I listened to. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Edgy Pet Sounds, because it's like Pet Sounds with the music growth, but like has that like Stones feel to it though, which I love. They're more bluesy rock, I would say, than Right I listen to. Yeah, I definitely would avoid their early catalog uh, because like they're like all their stuff before Aftermath is good, if not great, but like you don't really get like really good stuff until you get to Aftermath. Yeah, speaking of Brian Jones, he really to me he was the reason why Flowers was such a good album. Not Flowers. Between the Buttons was such a great album because that guy basically played everything but the sync on that album. He was just really good. It's crazy because he was kind of like Paul McCartney was like, oh, we got to do live stuff. Brian Jones was like kind of like the one who was like, oh, we got to keep doing the bluesy stuff. I don't want to be a pop. Well, I don't want us to be a pop band. And ironically, he did some really crazy stuff for someone who just wanted to be, someone who just wanted to be a blues man. What is their best decade or period? I'd say their, hmm, uh, ooh, Garrett basically put it best. Their their output from Aftermath to Sticky Fingers is amazing. Even though Sticky Fingers isn't my favorite album of theirs, they were just making great stuff, and even like the best stuff on Sticky Fingers could like go basically against any band in my top three. Really good. Here's the last like regular album in their catalog, Let It Bleed, their last mono record. Uh, yeah. Did I show off the record for for Beggar's Banquet? I don't think I did. I could be wrong. Yeah, Some Girls and Tattoo You are like to me their last like great records. I actually do enjoy. Oh yeah, I showed the record off. Even though a lot of people tend to hate on it, I really I enjoy Emotional Rescue. That's a really underrated album. Besides that, I got to listen to their post tattoo albums again. Undercover of the Night, actually great song. Yeah, the album itself is actually pretty good. Yeah, I can't stand Black and Blue. I hate that album. That's like their only album in their catalog. Well, that and the Bigger Bang from I think it was like a 90. It was like a 90s album. I think it was like their one and only 90s album. But I remember hating that album too. But if we were to rank our Rolling Stones albums, like all of them, I'd say that was like their worst album, Black and Blue. I did not like that album at all. Uh, Something cool. Yeah, I agree. Memory Motel is amazing. Uh, Red Mono, Blue Stereo. Obviously, since it's a you know mono, it's gonna be red, which is cool. And even has the red around there. Well, probably, yeah. I guess the whole, but yeah, really good. Uh, Nice dark red, love it, really good. I really even though I didn't rank it as high as a lot of other people would, this album is amazing. This is like the third album I listened to by them. Let It Bleed, really great opening. Really great. You know, uh, Give Me Some Shelter, the opening track. Let It Bleed, though, the soundtrack is amazing. Um, Monkey Man, I love. It's just amazing overall. My brother has a UK Let It Bleed first pressing. Ooh, is it a stereo copy or is it a mono copy? Just curious. Here's the actual last record, Stray Cats, and it has the Beggar's Banquet, like what was actually released, the Beggar's Banquet album cover, but like with different name. Have they ever broken up? It seems like they always been together. I don't know if they put in the 80s, or I remember they made one in the 2000s. Yeah, yeah, they never broke up. It's not like the Beatles where they just left. It's just, yeah. This record, it's kind of like their past masters, like all this stuff leading up to it. Come on, I want to be loved. I want to be your man. Stoned, sad day, 19th nervous breakdown. Yeah, this is definitely it's this is definitely what I would call their past masters. Both of these records, I believe, are in white. Yeah, they're both the same color, so no use in showing them both. But a little bit of that. But yeah, this is really good. I can't wait to listen to Stray Cats. This is because yeah, a lot of great stuff. Travel to the Moon, Get What You Want, the single version. Yeah, can't wait to listen to this. It's probably gonna be the second thing I listen to off this box set. I think it's just you, Garrett, now. I don't think Jason's watching anymore. But yeah. So yeah, that's it. Amazing box set. Rolling Stones in mono. Oh, okay. Yeah. For some wrong reason, it says one viewer. Unless unless Garrett's the one who left. Who knows? But yeah. That's the end of my video. And for whoever wants to, either it's you, Garrett, or Jason, who wants to hop on for discussion at all, just hop on now if you want to. But rather than that, that's the end of the unboxing video. Yep, big takeaway. Listen to Aftermath. Yeah, definitely. My opinion, actually, yeah, I have an opinion before I do call off. Though is they should do more box sets like this. They should do a Beetle mono box set with the colored vinyls. That'd be really, really awesome for sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome. They should do a Hollies box set. They should basically do it all for every British Invasion artist because you know basically stereo back then was kind of like a novelty thing, and they're like, why should we care too much about the stereo? The mono version is what the kids are gonna want to do. But yeah, yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah. I'll see you next time, Jason. I'll yeah, yeah, see you next time. And by the way, Jason, if you want to tell me a way to contact you, put it in the comment section of this video when I end it. So yeah, bye.